Alright, so I'm just trying to get all the buttons done and clicked. Okay, so today's the day. Today is the day when my 2 week-ish, I think realistically it's been like 11 days or something like that. But yeah, so today's the day my break ends. And I restart streaming on this platform. So I thought today we would play a relatively casual looking game. That's not a bad thing to say, by the way. Some games you just want to relax with, and this game looks like that. So, as the title screen says, this is Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery. Meowseum Mystery. Oh, why did I put the of in there? So, if anyone's joining in or watching my video in the future, hi, I'm Red, the Gray Fox. Yes, I know it's a weird name, and I get that a lot, but yeah, I stream here on YouTube. I'm a PNG tuber. Hello. This game is a point and click, at least from what I have seen on GOG's page. I haven't played it yet, so you can consider this a blind playthrough of it. The maximum hours of the game on the game page is like 5-6 hours, so it shouldn't take us too long. Of course, there's gonna be multiple parts, you know. I just don't have the kind of like size to do like a 4-hour stream again. So we'll just see how long we can go today, and see if we can just enjoy the game. So here we go. Another long day. Street lamps are already on, and I haven't been in my office yet. Hang on a minute. Is this game, like, really quiet or something? I think so, because I got it in my end pretty high up. Oh yeah, there's just really quiet music. Weird. I should check my computer. I'm sure I have at least a few emails waiting by now. Although, it was the commissioner volunteering me for more debriefs, I'll have to put my paw down. Alright, oh, okay, so we got WASD movement. Hey, Mimi, welcome to the stream. Okay, so I got this mouse, but I'm not sure what it's for. I'm clicking stuff, but it's got WASD movement. So I'm like, what do I do with it? Can I take that over? Where's that space? Alright, let's see if this old litter box still works. I just need to log in. And, huh? It won't take my password. You know, that's a funny thing. Have y'all ever had, like, you know your own password, but then when you try and type it in, it rejects it? It happens to me a lot. Something here has my whiskers twitching. This might turn into a regular investigation. I'll start tracking all my leads on this bulletin board in case I need to reference them again. The unknown password. Oh, there's a little laser. For some reason, my computer isn't accepting my password. Did I just forget what it was? If I changed it, I certainly would have written it down on a note and put it in my desk. Alright, well, let's check the desk. It's possible I just wrote the password down and threw it in my desk drawers. Okay, not in the top drawer. Surely it'll be in the bottom drawer. Aha! This must be it. Oh, wait, no. This is just a standard department business card. Following the procedure requires I enter it into evidence. But unfortunately, this might be more serious than it seems. Alright, hand. I'm sure it's just running us through like a tutorial. Alright, wait. I'm hitting space. Oh! Emergencies only. Extension 1029. Oh, of course. I knew something else was here. Why didn't I think to flip over the business card sooner? The extension written here belongs to the department manager. Luckily, I would classify this as an emergency. I should give them a call immediately and let them know what's going on. Let's see. What should I take a look at? Oh well, the phone. Now that I have the department manager's extension, I can give them a call about my computer. Good evening, detective. I hope this is important because I'm in the middle of dinner with my family. Apologies, but we might have a security issue. My computer's password has inexplicably changed. I hate to break the news to you, detective, but the inexplicable is, in fact, quite explicable. If I do recall, this is the second time this week you've interrupted my wife's delicious home-cooked meal. I'm sorry? From what I could gather, you were on another milk-fueled bender. Through slurred speech, you told me you changed your own password. And this is the part where I'm so embarrassed you told me the password, correct? I would consider, but you also informed me that you hid it somewhere. Somewhere that only a detective of your caliber would be able to find. So get on with it, and ensure that not a single report on this matter is out of place tomorrow. And let me reiterate why you're on right mind. Do not call me again unless it is a real emergency. Click. I think if I had just forgot my password, this wouldn't be as humiliating. Either way, not my proudest moment, but I can make up for that, even if I am technically this crime's primary suspect. Retracing my steps, following the proper timeline, and correcting any inconsistencies in the case notes will be paramount. Alright, let's go. Z. A lot of buttons. Whoa, wait, mouse ain't working? There we go. Alright, wait. How can I dispute? The detective left his office late last night, and at some point after, the department network was hacked. Well, no, there's a testimony from the department manager. I see. That makes sense. The department manager did confirm that nothing was hacked. Embarrassingly, just a bit too much indulgence on my part. That being said, I only got a rough outline from here, and they won't settle for anything less than perfection. It's time to thoroughly investigate the rest of my office, and use my journal to fill in every blank necessary. Alright, let's see. You've learned almost everything you need to fill the detective's shoes, so let's put those sleuthing skills to the test. Oh, we can rotate the camera? Oh, there's controller. Okay, so I got like the GOG background, no, backup download, so controller don't work. Or if you need to get around quicker, use the zoomies button. Alright, so let's go. Zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, wait. So I need to use this? Oh, check it out. Alright, what is this? It's my old map of historic... Hang on, let me... Philadelphia? But I don't remember all these thumbtacks in it. They're each holding a thin shred of paper to various addresses in the city, but no one seems more important than another. I think it might be possible to know where to go with this lead until I have more clues. Hang on. My setup. I did not anticipate using the arrows. Is there something over here to investigate? This shelf is absolutely packed with different tomes, journals, studies, and the occasional novelization. If I hid some sort of clue in one of these books, it would take me far longer to find it than it's worth. I wouldn't put it past myself, but I don't have anything to go on yet. Okay, how about the filing cabinets? These are usually just for keeping contracts, reference documents, and various policy paperwork. I can't imagine I would have slid a note with the password on it into this mess of a drawer. Even under strong influence of dairy, I wouldn't have done something so reckless. Is there something over here to investigate? Let's see, trash can. When you need to dig up the truth, you've got to act like an alley cat. Empty milk carton, comically clean fish bones, used yarn ball. Ugh, and none of this looks very helpful. Wait a minute. There's a crumpled receipt, and it looks like I've redacted most of it. Nothing about the actual purchase remains, and only the store's address is left visible. Where could this lead me? Alright, so, wait, can I... Okay, so that's what that does. You know, actually, there's like a piece of paper down there. Hey, Spade, welcome to the stream. You like the art? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, hang on. Hang on. 13 North 2nd Street. Huh. Alright, so let's... Wait, no. This button. It's backspace. That's very inconvenient for me right now. Alright, hang on. E. Ooh. Click. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. It actually won't... I don't get that. Wait. Do I push this button? So I guess I can't inspect it? Is that what's... Okay. Oh, okay. That's fancy. So this looks a lot like the Duck Detective kind of thing, that we're just kind of filling in blanks. The detective changed the... It just has like a lot of buttons. I'm not into that. Alright, so we don't know where he hid it. So we got this so far. We just know that the detective, unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and hid it inside a... That's where we're at. Let's see what we can find here. Cat Tower. One might ask themselves, why would any self-respecting feline investigator keep one of these demeaning furniture pieces in their professional office? It was a gift from some old co-workers who thought they were being exceptionally humorous. Also, it keeps my claws properly managed, and sometimes I don't think. I have a few of these cabinets to keep track of all my previous cases. Oh, of course it's not unlocked. Those records are pretty confidential. Wait, I don't lock these. Not since I kept misplacing the key. I'm certain this is significant. I must have put a password in here, or at the very least, another clue. Okay, so he locked the filing cabinet. Hang on. It's possible I hid the password within the potting soil of this plant. However, until I have a compelling reason to believe that, I'm not willing to make a mess of the hardwood floor. Is there anything else I can look at? Can I double check this? Okay. I can't go behind here. So I'm pretty sure we checked out everything that we could. Oh, wait. I don't recall what's around here, but the slip of paper does have a phone number written on it. It looks like it's time to make another call. Alright, let's go. Hang on, the camera is very weird. Alright, to the phone. Hopefully they're still open and they can make sense of this receipt. Good evening. Book Gator on 2nd. What can I do for you? Of course, the local bookstore. How could I forget? Sir, did you need help with anything? Hello, yeah, sorry. I do, actually. This might be an odd question, but I have a receipt and I'm not sure what it was that I purchased. Oh, man. Okay. I've been expecting your call, detective. Long, exasperated sigh. Of course you were. Care to explain why? You stumbled in, disgruntled after an argument, with this quote, devious plan. I didn't ask questions, but you warned me this call was likely. Oh dear. Now about that book. Please tell me it's not something terribly inappropriate. Ha! Not quite, no. The book's title is On the Historical Development of Cat Burglary. Okay, thank you. That'll be all. Sure you don't need anything else, detective? No, really, it's okay. Thank you. Click. As if I wasn't embarrassed enough as it is. Oh, okay, so we'll just check the bookshelf. Dignity and Domestication by the Great Dane Austen, Les Meowseums by Vernon Hugo, Call of the Wild by Jack London. Oh, I really like the how do you say, legally distinct names here. More novels than I thought. But hey, these are the classics. Ah, here's the one I'm looking for. The question now is, why would I have purchased this book specifically? Okay, wait. So, can I investigate the book? Oh yeah, I can. Look, he drew a little thing. Open. Oh, it says don't open. Oh, there's the key. Hey, Green, welcome to the stream. Glad you stopped by. Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. I bought a hollow trick book. No wonder the bookstore clerk was holding back a laugh. With my cabinet key hidden inside, no less. I think we're nearing the end of this case. Good thing the trains will still be running for a little longer. Alright, hang on. So what does this button do? So... is it this one? No, I think we have to do that backwards. Okay. I've got the key now. So let's get this locked cabinet opened up and see what we find. There's a note right on top. A great change of pace. Or maybe I was just getting lazy. There doesn't seem to be any cipher or code either. This just looks like a normal password. I should try it, and then make sure all my notes are in order. I wouldn't want to attract any more ire from the department manager than I already have. Let's see what we can find over here. I don't think that's right. Oh! Wait, man, I'm messing that up. After returning to the office, the detective changed his computer's login information before it was lost to the memory of a lactose stupor. Oh, do I have to present evidence? Is that what I gotta do? Normal point and click stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, just pick everything. Eventually you'll be right. The reason for this entire mystery locked up tight in a long filing cabinet. Luckily, I haven't forgotten about it twice. At least not yet. Alright, so now it's telling me to hit C. Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry, I am not used to all the buttons I have to push. Alright, hang on. Oh, okay, hang on. Furthermore, he hid the key to the cabinet inside a book that the detective recently purchased. Wait, that makes sense. What do you mean? Whoops. Alright. Yeah, I don't get this one. Wait. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and hid it inside a cabinet. Is that not right? Oh, well, you know what to do. Try everything! Oh, I know what it is. Okay. There we go. Aha! I knew I was onto something. While a fantastic treat, a night out at the milk bar might have cost me a bit more trouble than it's worth. Why is the phone ringing? Could it be the manager already? Let's go! Hello, Feline Forensics private detective. I'm glad to hear you're burning the midnight oil. Commissioner, to what do I owe the pleasure? Business, not pleasure. There has been an incident. Private property. They asked for you. I'm sending a cruiser. The officer will fill you in on the way. The case seems pretty involved, but it's still within my jurisdiction. You will go by the book, detective. I'm sure you're aware that if you don't, your license will be on the line. Again. Click. What a ray of sunshine the commercial is these days. Sigh. It's gonna be an even later night than I thought. Wait. We did all this trouble to get the password. I want to use it now. Let me use it. Oh. That's kind of lame. Evening, officer. What are we looking at this time? Oh, detective. No need to be so formal. Although, we are headed to a pretty fancy museum. So maybe I spoke too soon. Honk. The one on the east side of town. What happened? Sounds like an attempted heist gone sideways. Nobody was able to flee the scene, but an important exhibit has gone missing. I'm not sure it's one of the thieves, another visitor, or a staff member, but they said somebody might have been shot in the process. Oh dear. Let's hope things have been kept under control since. They made it seem like the scenario was contained, but you'll have to make that call yourself. I don't know much more than that. We'll be there soon. Yay! Our first case, guys. Here we are. Told you it wouldn't take long. Always a pleasure. Wish me luck. I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. Roll intro sequence. Oh! Okay, wait. I guess I could give the police department a call. There's probably someone on their last shift about now. I can't forget to expense this charge, though. Payphones aren't getting any cheaper these days. Oh man, he made the call already? Damn. Detective, hope the case is coming along smoothly. What can I do for you? Actually, on second thought, I don't have anything at the moment. I'm not really sure why I called. Sorry. It's pretty quiet over here at the precinct, so don't worry about it. Talk to you later. Click. Well, back to it, I guess. Meeting our suspects. Alright, cool. The plaque reads, Honk, the Herald Angel, by an unknown artist. A wonderful and timeless depiction of Mother Goose's agents of peace. That said, the biblically accurate sculptures are more compelling. And probably more difficult to make. What's with these trees? What the hell is this? Okay. It's designed in the museum, with its namesake Kreinberg and the official logo illuminated by a few small spotlights. No one would have suspected a heist turned murder. Well, I guess it could be a murder turned heist. These are the kinds of questions I need to answer with my expert feline sleuthing skill. I wonder if I can just turn it, like, hang on, where's the options? Can I just have him, like, do, like, a permanent run? Is that a thing I could do? Nope, guess not. Oh, wait, I can save my game. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Ah, detective, thank goodness you finally arrived. I'm the curator of this museum, and the one that called the police. Thank you for coming on such short notice. For a crime, there's no such thing as short notice. A detective must always be prepared to put a stop to it. Yes, well, please work with the utmost efficiency. A catastrophe of this scale could be a disaster. If word got out that our most precious gemstone was stolen, who knows what would happen? Not only would the museum's reputation be forever marred, we could be the targets of even more horrid criminals. You're understandably concerned, but I assure you I'll sort this out. This is far from my first case. Although if my debrief was accurate, there was also an unfortunate murder in the process. Is that right? Ah yes, that punk. I just hate to think about it. I suppose you should take care of that as well. But in my opinion, the sooner we get the innocent people home, the better. A rushed investigation leads to sloppy work, so I can't promise this will be quick or easy. Regardless, I trust you will do your best. And if you can keep me posted on your progress, it would be greatly appreciated. No! Of course, I have several things to discuss if we could. No, he's a suspect. They're a suspect. I don't want to, like, keep them posted. Technically, everyone's a suspect. Well, hang on. Before we start asking questions, let's look around. Alright, let's see. What is C? Oh, okay. We'll figure that out later. Oh, we can talk to these. Yeah, let's look around. The plaque reads, Semi-Color Vase by... Wait. Ai Weiwei? Do you think he dipped the vase in paint? Or just drizzled it on top? You know, I should have eaten before arriving at the scene. The plaque reads... Wait. Mil Arugatani by Konstantin Krankusi. I really hope I'm reading that right. The expression of this piece is so complex. Notes of anger, hints of boredom, and a dash of really need to itch my nose, and so many more. Okay, so let's get on with it. Did you pay admission when you came in? Oh, I actually good, didn't I? Little security joke is all. Always good to meet another agent of Lady Justice, Detective. What can I do for you? I'm hoping you can assist my investigation. Oh, absolutely. Anything you need, at the drop of a hat. Just by answering a few questions for now. I need to be clear that even as the museum guard, you aren't exonerated here. Of course, of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Not only am I loyal to the law, I am loyal to this museum, and the wrongs against it must be righted. Let's start with a few questions, if you wouldn't mind. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. I want to look around. And I saw where there's a map, right? Oh yeah, look. There. Ooh, dinosaurs! Wait. Oh, dang. Alright. This definitely seems to be the epicenter of our case. Looks like the victim there, lying on their back, just south of a destroyed display case that stands in the exact middle of the room. Several dotted blood splatters across the floor, along with a few pieces of what appears to be stone debris. Other artwork looks to be unaffected, and a witness at the scene. No shortage of places to start. So let's get to it. Yeah, this dude did. Dinosaur. I want to check out dinosaur first. The plaque reads, Tyrannosaurus skeleton of the Cretaceous period. Iconic dinosaur. But I much prefer the Stegosaurus. Even a Triceratops would rank higher, personally. How could you? How could you? Everyone likes a T-Rex. What do you mean? He's the king of the dinosaurs. How can you not? Okay, so I guess we'll check this out. This has always been my least favorite part of the job. The victim presents male, likely mid-20s in age, 4 facial piercings, and wearing a leather jacket. Really? I thought it was a sweater. Because just the way it sits, okay. Initial signs show 2 impact wounds to the back of the head. All things considered, minimal blood loss. And... nothing on his person. No wallet, keys, not even an ID. Poor guy. I'll figure out what happened here. Don't worry. So I wonder if the game is gonna have a thing where I can, like, what is this? Oh, I see. Oh, this is gonna be complicated. Anyways, what I was saying was that I wonder if there'll be a thing in the game where I can, like, complete each case separately, or are they like the same case? So it just happens that the break-in has something that happens to do with the murder. Wait, what's this? Yeah, I don't get this. I don't get this already. I don't get this, so we'll figure that out later. Well, let's see what was stolen. This is the pedestal where the stolen gemstone was once displayed. What should I investigate here? Well, yeah, what's up with the placard? The plaque reads, Optimist Diamond, circa 1700. How is it an optimist? How does that work out? Does this mean there's a pessimist gemstone? Is there a realistic gemstone? Is there a nihilist gemstone? How far does this go? It seems like a classic smash and grab. There are stones strewn across the floor, so it's possible the thief used them to break the glass case. I'll put this statue chunk into evidence, just in case I can learn anything from looking it over. Okay, okay. Oh, dudes! Spiritual Stone, circa 1998. Guys, chat. This is funny. This is a reference. This is Legend of Zelda, guys. This is Legend of Zelda. Because I think it's Ocarina of Time. I think you find these things throughout the game. That's great. Legends say you could time travel one whole dog year with these. Funny, it is. It's so blatant too. Like, man, that's awesome. Wait a minute. Does this? What does this read? The plaque reads Mammoth Tusk, circa 3000 BC. Imagine the size of the elephant folk attached to this. I'm reading all the stuff. I don't want to miss anything. The plaque reads Collection of Ancestor Skulls discovered across multiple regions. There's so much about the ancient civilizations that we still don't know. I guess we never will. Really makes you think, huh? No, not really. A lot of my problems are in the here and now. I don't want to hear about Unga Bunga's divorce or anything. The plaque reads, Collection of Ancestor Tools discovered across multiple regions. I wonder what the predecessors would think if they saw what we could carve from stone nowadays. They'd probably think all those sculptures and the other exhibits were wildly impractical. The plaque reads, Mosquito preserved in amber, discovered in Southeast Asia. Oh, Jurassic Park! Look, there's the little guy. See, he's right there. See? Who knows what sorts of horrible things this book could be carrying? Ancient plagues, mind control curses, dinosaur theme parks! I suppose we should all consider ourselves lucky this wasn't the exhibit to break. The plaque reads, Amethyst Geode, sustainably sourced from Central Europe. Mother Goose's creations have such an unparalleled beauty. Alright, so let's keep looking around. I want to do adventure first before I start talking to people. Antiquities. This would be an interesting start to this playthrough. Just doing like a little tour. So let's go. What's this? Looks like Ishtar. The plaque reads, Nararaha, circa 900. I remember visiting some distant family when I was a kitten. My father took me to a temple with a statue like this. Okay, look, I think this is another joke, but I don't get it. The plaque reads, Corinthian black-spotted pottery, circa 600 BC. The Greeks truly had a way of life. Very smelly, I'm sure, but also very sophisticated. I don't know, man. They brushed their teeth with piss. They threw apples at women. They pooped all in the same bathroom with sponge sticks. I don't know, man. I don't know. The plaque reads, Rabbits of the Court in the Garden, circa 1700. It's like I can hear the cicadas buzzing all around me, and the clunking of that little bamboo fountain thing. He doesn't even know what it's called. Fair? I don't know what it's called. If you don't know, there's like this thing you see. I've seen in a lot of movies. They have like this hollowed out bamboo cup or container, right? And they have like this water that pours into it. When it's full enough, it tips over and like it loses all the water. But when it tips over, it makes like a clink sound. So that's what he's talking about. The plaque reads, Statue of a small Horus, circa 3000 BC. A classic depiction of my favorite avian god. Just very tiny. Yeah, we'll talk to him in a bit. The plaque reads, Sarcophagus of... Wait. Oh man, hang on. Tutankhamun, circa 1325 BC. Man, I really hope I pronounced that right, because I'm gonna get like a storm of locusts outside the window. I don't need that right now. And despite being the youngest puppy pharaoh, he was still a big Cats fan. Who could blame him? So, where are we? We are here. So, we'll check this out, and we'll proceed to the upper floor. Is that a balloon animal? Technically, it wouldn't... No, never mind. The plaque reads, Balloon Dog by Jeff Raccoons. I shouldn't get too close. I was never declawed. Wait, is it an actual... Oh, man, come on. The plaque reads, Metal Angles by an unknown artist. This looks like they dropped a bunch of cutlery in the garbage disposal, and that is a compliment. Oh yeah, the camera. Wait. Oh, you know what? I forgot the camera. Oh no, should I go back? Street Fighter. The plaque reads, Nostalgia on Cathode Ray Tube by Hayao Miyazabra. Oh my god, Miyazebra. These names, what? Hey, I get that reference. Oh, I know that one too. Wait, and that one? I watch Ghibli, so I was about to say Hayao Miyazaki, but then it was like, oh, Miyazebra. Look, Totoro. I was just mentioning him. Wait. There he is. I was there. Full Metal Alchemist. I gotta stop looking at this. The plaque reads, Petals of Metal, circa 1900. An old friend from New Pork City has something like this hanging in his flat. It looked a bit tacky there too. What is that? The plaque reads, My Many Long Legs by Luis Borgoy. Even small, and behind glass, I can feel my fur standing straight up. Hang on. Yeah, that camera's awkward. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Wait, I just want to speed this along, so let's just try and find like the interesting ones. This looks like a puzzle. Somewhat patterned ceramic squares by Kaiser Swan. This reminds me of a game I played as a kitten, with the timer and the blocks. You know what, not important. Yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to. Okay, so I might be stretching, but this one kind of looks like this one screenshot from the Chicken Police. The plaque reads Nighthawks by Edward Hopper. What would I give to sit alone at the dustiest bar in town, just staring at a half-empty glass of the finest aged milk? Weird. Okay, wait a minute. So let's go in here. Oh yeah, look. There's more stuff. Oh, excuse me. Let's go in the middle. And then we'll go upstairs. The plaque reads, On the Essence of Color by Sir Ribert Krokstein von Lilypad Duart IV. What's with the name? In the nasty world of Nair Grey, be a crystal of color. Oh yeah, it's above us. And then there's this guy. We'll talk to him later. Alright, so let's go upstairs. Let's see what we can find upstairs. Oh yeah, I think everyone has seen this one. There's that crazy looking stuff. There's that. Yeah, that looks familiar. Yep. Yep. Okay, wait. This one's kind of funny, actually. So we can go to the upper parts of the dino exhibit. Hey, wait, look. There's blood spots. This is clearly important to our case. So what should I investigate? The blood trail leads here, over the edge of the balcony. It's smashed across the exhibit podium as well. The podium looks like it's been pushed askew as well, and the art piece is missing. Stanchions are unlashed, presumably by force, considering the perilous angle. The victim is visible, lying on the floor below. They were likely disoriented and stumbled backwards to their demise. That's all I found here, at least. Wait, was there a blood trail here? Oh yeah, look. Another shocking aspect of the case is unfolding in front of us. This is where the blood trail begins, considering the impact on the wall. If this is where the two guests fought, that impact is likely a result. And with enough force, that would explain the crooked painting. Whatever happened, it's clear the conflict continued onward, but I'll have to keep investigating to learn more. Hey, what's this? Oh, it's a plaque. our solar system, for illustrative purposes only, not to scale. If this really was built to scale, Jupiter would probably be on the other side of town. Way past my office, I bet. I'm actually holding down shift so he'll, like, jog faster. What's with the TV remote? Wait. The plaque reads, "Would you like to take control of your past, or change the channel of your future?" Change the future? Oh, it just shuffles the screens on the television exhibits around. They almost had me there. What? Does it actually do anything? No. It doesn't really do anything. Huh. Is that a bean? What's with the bean? The Legume by Anish Capoodle. The sheep is so intriguing, and its surface so Wait, is that something in my teeth? Why didn't anyone tell me? Is dead? Oh, true art is dead. Okay, so you know what? If it wasn't for like the separation here, you could also read this as true is art dead, because you normally read from like left to right. The plaque reads "Fairy on the Wall" by Anthony Goatley. I could have sworn I've seen photos of this one before, and it seems much larger. Let's look around here. Oh, hey, look, is this painting? Yeah, this is the one that was done with pointillism. It's the sort of art style that the artist they make like the picture with like paint dots. The plaque reads "A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Veloujat" by Georges Chibat. You just don't see the level of decorum these days. Not since... Oh, okay. So I think we've looked at everything. We did a little tour. So I guess now we should talk to the people. Oh, no, wait, I have a piece of evidence, don't I? No, not this button. It's this button. Okay. Oh, it's a Moai head. Hey, I'm trying to look at it in the right angle. Because I see, like, the surrounding, like, it pulses. You see what I mean? There it is. What's this? Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. While it may have broken further in the fall, it was certainly destroyed prior. Assuming at least that this is the flattened tip of some ammunition. I wonder what was the casing inside. Finding that could help me track down the murder weapon. Okay, so since pieces of the Moai head were here, maybe we can say that the knocked over display was for the Moai head. Let's go find out. This is clearly important to the case which I investigate. The plaque reads, Miniature Moai Statue, circa 1300. Another victim in as odd a culmination of crimes, unfortunately. That's interesting. So we can't say the Moai head was the murder weapon then. Because we go... Wait, I'm pushing the wrong button. Because if we go over here to examine the body, I thought he said that there were 2 holes in the back of his head. I'm gonna go check. Male, mid-20s, 4 facial piercings, 2 impact wounds on the back of his head, and nothing on his person. Well, it says impact, so maybe the Moai head did kill him. Although there was a, or maybe it didn't, because there was a scuffle upstairs, right? So that means the fight had it where this guy was hitting the head once on against the wall, scrambled his way over to where the Moai head was. Now either he fell over and the Moai head hit him on top of the head, or... Oh no, wait, we can't say that because the Moai head has a casing in it, didn't it? Where is that? Yeah. Found lodged within the broken statue pieces of a museum exhibit, this crushed bullet tip has no signifying features other than its caliber. Considering the size, our most likely conclusion is that it was fired from a pistol, impacted the art piece, and destroyed it. Yet it's unclear if that was the intended target, and where it was shot from. Okay, so this guy was shot. So then the Moai head was shattered from the shot and fell over. We'll figure it out. So, first things first, we will talk to the curator, and then we'll proceed in the order that we did. So we'll just go around, we go upstairs, we go around. Yes, what were you doing before? During operating hours, I don't do much except greet visitors, and today was no exception. On days when we're particularly busy, I may mingle and let the guard stay in station, but that wasn't the case today. Up until the argument began upstairs, nothing seemed out of place. The guard and I were here having an idle chat. Unfortunately, that couldn't stay that way. Could I ask a few more questions then? Oh crap, wait. Can I go back? Oh yeah, during. Let's see. The guard and I heard an argument beginning upstairs, but it wasn't an immediate concern. I didn't want him to make a scene, but it continued to heat up on its own. Then we heard the gunshot moments later. So 1 shot. Even with the accompanied sound of broken glass, my instinct was to make sure the guide was safe. I thought she was in the sculpture gallery, but the guard found her in Antiquities, stunned. He called for me and I ran right over. And it was true, she was frozen solid. Startled by the cacophonous noise, the guard was concerned, of course, but took off toward the blaring alarm. Despite the chaos of it all, I maintained my focus on her. Eventually, I got through. And you know the first thing she said to me, Detective? Call the police. Immediately looking out for the museum. So selfless. To a fault. I went back to the foyer to do just that, but the tourists and the artists were there, begging that I release the lockdown. I didn't know who was responsible for this mess, so I brushed them off without much opposition, and made the call. I see. Move on to another topic then. I don't know, is this necessary? Well, probably. I should probably just clear all the, dialogue. As I said before, I'm the purveyor of this prestigious museum. Past that, there isn't much to disclose. Do you have any associations outside your work here? Family, perhaps? Is this vital to solving our case, Detective? Otherwise, I'd request that you inquire no further. It certainly could be, depending on how it continues to unfold. Fine, I do have a family, and I'm currently separated from them over personal matters. And I can assure you they have nothing to do with the stolen gemstone, or the murder, unless you'd like to interrogate them unnecessarily as well. As always, I appreciate the cooperation. I manage the museum's staff, exhibitions, publicity, funding, and, well, just about everything. Wouldn't it be easier to delegate some of that work? Well, you see, we simply don't have the extra revenue to accommodate that. While incredibly valuable to the human condition, a museum of this caliber is hardly ever profitable. What do you mean human? But whatever. Oh, my apologies if this is a sore subject. I simply don't enjoy the idea that one would look at what we do here and assume it's all that easy. It requires hard work and sacrifice, Detective. It's not a sore subject, it's a harsh reality. Of course, again, sincerest apologies. Let me provide a brief overview of the layout so you know what you're dealing with. Currently, we're standing in the museum's foyer, which has the only exterior doorway. In the east wing, we have the sculpture gallery featuring contemporary works. On the west side is where we display works of natural history with geological and pre-civilization origins. The central connecting exhibit is the courtyard just to the north of us now. Further north, we have Antiquities, host to several artifacts and art pieces spanning global cultures and eras. On the second floor, there was only one unique gallery, Fine Art, typically canvas. Of course, as you investigate, you'll notice that there are balconies that look down into a few of the first floor exhibits as well. I hope that's helpful, Detective, but you can always reference the brochure map you have if you get lost somehow. No, I think we got everything we got out of this guy. Well, if I can cross-reference with the guard. Although I really should be talking to the witness, but we'll talk to the guard first. The curator and I heard an argument upstairs. I was ready to go defuse the situation, but the curator was hoping it would solve itself. I don't quite understand it, but in my experience, artists tend to hold strong opinions, so I trusted the curator's judgment call for a moment. But I made my way into the courtyard when it heated up. The fight was upstairs though, so I just had to keep moving through. A few months later, a gunshot shattered glass soon after, and I didn't skip a beat. Some habits die hard, I guess. Well, I got to Antiquities, and we found the guide, stopped in her tracks. Maybe I should have kept moving, but I had to make sure she was okay. It's admirable at the very least. I'm sure she appreciated it. You're probably right, but I wasn't actually much help. Nothing I could say had come to her. I called the curator, since there was still the matter of whatever went down in natural history. I got there about the same time as the podcaster, but she knew just as much as I did, and that wasn't much. Oh, okay. So there's a podcaster and there's the guide. So we gotta find out who's over here. The display case was already destroyed, so to save the diamond, or the victim, I was too slow. Again. If there was anything left to do, it was call the police. Thankfully, the curator was already on the line, and things had mostly calmed down by then. I appreciate the thorough recollection. Let's move on to something else. What were you doing? Hanging around the foyer, having a little chat with the curator. If things are especially slow, I might take a walk around the exhibit to get some fresh air, but I was feeling a little more lazy today. Oh boy, it doesn't sound too good, does it? Thing is, nothing seemed weird. It was a totally normal morning, afternoon, and evening. I understand. So none of the guests acted strangely. We get all walks of life, and I do my best not to judge one way or another, eh? So, nah, not so much. And all things considered, this feels like poor circumstance to me, Detective. I see. Interesting. We made additional details. Oh, about the alarm. Oh yeah. Well, you see, the amazing thing is that it's real smart. It can tell who's who and do what it's gotta do. Real accurate, too. Laughs heartily. Certainly there's some downside to it, no? Nail on the head, Detective. When it was installed, they told us it's a little slow. It doesn't make mistakes, because for a computer, it takes its time. Bad Wi-Fi, probably. Although for a person like you or me, that's still pretty dang fast. It just has to, I don't know, double check, I guess. It has a way of being selective, only locking down what's necessary, and trying to minimize panic in a chaotic situation. Come to think of it, the actual sound of the alarm was supposed to be one of the more severe stages of lockdown. The old guy who used to work on it could tell you more, but we've never seen it in action before today. Maybe try asking the curator. I think I will. But until then, I have other things to discuss. No. I'll get to it later. Not to brag about the apartment, Detective. Well, what do you do in your free time? I like to keep up with various TV shows and movies, but don't we all? That's not very interesting. I read a whole bunch too. Talk about boring. I don't think that's boring. Honestly, I wish I had the time for more of that kind of thing. I used to say the same thing, believe it or not. But if you don't make time to enjoy things, there won't be much of you left. Just a couple whiskers and a suit. I mean, let's stay on topic. Do you have any family? Friends? A couple buddies from back in the day. But I started to feel like we were worlds apart, you know? Wife at home, no kids. Yes, you have some great friends, longtime friends, and they call me friend. I'm alright with that. I understand. Well, let's continue on, yes? Absolutely. What do? I keep the peace within these marble walls, a much more manageable scale than I'm sure you deal with, Detective. On the regular, sure. But for tonight, we have that in common. As far as my day-to-day is concerned, we don't really get much commotion around here. Was there a time when disturbances were more typical? No, I guess not. But we had more people around overall, you see. Hey, if all else fails, maybe this whole tobacco will get the museum more attention again. That'd really be something, huh? I suppose anything's possible. Yeah, let's ask him about the alarm. It's state of the art, awarded on a grant several years ago. It runs through every wall, door, and exhibit. A bit Orwellian, but I do what I must. It took a long time to amass such a wondrous collection, so I'd like to keep it. I don't see any cameras though. How does it work? That's the beauty of it. It's entirely invisible, reading paw prints on the surface of display stands, glass cases, and frames. And it recognizes registered users, so if I were to rearrange the exhibits, I wouldn't have to worry about disabling the entire system. Oh, wait, that's interesting information. Of course, the rest of my staff is also registered. Conservators, appraisers, or technicians get temporarily registered as needed too. The guard mentioned a discretionary response system. Do you know anything about that? Vaguely. For instance, putting the doors on lockdown is an early stage response, whereas that atrocious sound is much later. I know that much. I see. If someone stole an exhibit, a noisy alarm would alert everyone, warning the thief that their cover was blown. Blown. Ugh, where did that come from? Of course, if the thief broke into an exhibit to steal it, well, they've already relinquished the advantage of discretion. In that case, the alarm siren acts more like a warning system to other guests. I'm starting to see this intelligence you mentioned. Yes, well, I hope it makes closing this case easier for you. Easier and quicker. Easier? Perhaps. Quicker? I'm not so sure. I think it's time to retrace my steps toward that broken display again. Before I do, I have some more questions. No, actually I don't. Yeah, so there's a problem with that. So, it was just saying that closing down the museum was an early thing, like early stage, and then it makes the alarm. So that means when, assumingly, if the case was broken into, the museum would go on lockdown, and then the alarms would blare, which is an issue, because you would have to get out the front door. You have to go through the front. And from what I'm seeing, there is no alternative way of exit. Especially in the courtyard, it's basically blocked in. Now, the idea would be if someone, like if one of the staff had tampered with one of the exhibits, then he basically just said that the alarm won't sound. Like the security won't care. So that automatically makes me think that there must have been something going on with one of the staff and this poor fellow. Alright, but you know what? We are going to call it a day. It's the first stream after break, so I just want to try and take it easy. Alright, so yeah, this is gonna be the beginning of my playthrough for Feline Forensics. Yeah, Feline Forensics. I forgot the rest of the name. Hopefully it'll spice up a little bit. I kind of just took my time this time. Oh my god, that's so weird. What is wrong with me? Anyway, I took my time to stream, you know, just to look around, and we'll continue conversing with the rest of the NPCs next Monday. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to continue my playthrough of Septerra Core. And after that, I'm going to go to Beyond Good and Evil. And then I'm going to start playthrough of probably one of my favorite games of all time. This game looks interesting. Actually, it has like a bit of It has a bit of the Duck Detective kind of stuff into it. Like, especially when, like, you look at this. No, not this. Nope. Man, what? Which one is it? This thing. Yeah, this is totally Duck Detective kind of thing. I just don't like all the buttons. Like, you use Q and E to shift, like, these things, and... Look, R and T for different parts. I'm just not into it. I'm just not into all the buttons. And then you use this for your inventory, you click stuff. These are leads. I'm going to assume that this is supposed to help the player keep on track, but we're going to find out its worth later on. And these are notes. We can argue with these and maybe even come back to this. Yeah, he did. Whoops, wrong button. So anyway, yeah. I'm gonna close off for today. Give my send off like I always do. And I will see everyone tomorrow. So, here it goes. Hey, I'm Red, the Gray Fox. I stream here on YouTube Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. Wait, is it too late for Eastern Daylight Time? You know what? 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out. It helps me get seen by the algorithm gods. Of course, you're always free to leave a comment down in the comment section. And if you wish to support me directly, buy a copy of my book, The Eye of Destiny. It is available on ebook, and it is also available as a physical print to order or print on demand format in the links in the description below. I like to thank everyone for coming by and watching me play this game. So thank you to those who came by, stuck around, and participated in the chat. Thank you to those who came by, stuck around, and lurked. I see you. And I'll even thank those that came by, stuck their head in, dipped their toes in the water, decided it was too hot, and left. Again, to reiterate, the strategy going forward is that this game will be on Mondays, Tuesday will be Subterra Core, Wednesday is Beyond Good and Evil until I beat it. I have another game planned. And Thursday is going to be, again, one of my favorite games of all time. And Friday, like every Friday, is the weekly roundup. I find topics of discussion, and we look back and review the past streams of the week. And I'll talk about background stuff, channel updates, and really else what comes to mind. Also, I like to point out that as you see on the screen, there's this question of the day kind of thing. It's really more of a tool to try and get some communication going. Of course, no pressure, but it's just an easy starting point, so it's there. This is probably going to be the format going forward for normal streams. I don't have a much better background than the stars behind me. So that's probably what it's going to be for like a while until I find something a bit more characteristic. As you see, I have updated my model. Well, I call it a model, but it's more like a series of pictures. But yeah, hang on. Let me get my regular outfit on. Yeah, you can see this. Let me say, oh my god, where? Here we go. So here I am. Let me see what else I can talk about really quick before shutting off. You know what? I'll just save it all for Friday. That'll be a subject for Friday. So, again, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a good night, or a good morning, wherever you are.